Pierre, thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. You've recently stepped into a new role at Bright Insurance, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more about your plans, your experience so far, and of course, your insights from engaging with brokers during your recent roadshow. So let's dive right in. You've recently stepped into the role at Bright as Executive Head Broker Distribution. Your people, the brokers, is our people. Um, the industry cannot do without. So, what excites you most about this opportunity, and what are your key focus areas both for yourself and for your team?
Thanks, Jeanette, and it's also great to see you again and connecting. I think the opportunity within this market presented something really exciting for me as an individual from a growth perspective. I'm passionate about this market. A good friend of mine refers to the insurance industry as the oxygen of the economy, and brokers being the lifeblood of our model and how we engage with the market. And it is hugely exciting for me to work with the team at Bright. We have incredible shareholders in Fairfax with a very, very strong track record investing in insurance companies and reinsurers. But what excites me is the opportunity to grow this business. We're a tier one premier player, but it's also the headway and the headroom that's there for us to really compete in this market, to grow Bright, to get it into the right space where we believe it rightfully belongs. It's got a strong legacy, dating back to the late 1870s, and a lot of people don't realize that we have such a strong track record and history. And I think for me, it's the opportunity to reshape with my colleagues this business and collaborate and grow the business and become a significant contributor to the group and to the shareholders.
We recently reconnected at a Bright Roadshow. It was very well attended and the vibe was like really positive. What were some of the key themes and takeaways from those interactions that you had with brokers in this time?
Thank you, Annette. Yeah, we've actually saw around 400 plus brokers in George, Queberga. We were Pretoria, we were in Johannesburg and Cape Town, and we're planning to have further sessions in the Free State and KwaZulu-Natal. And connecting with brokers again, I think the important part around positioning Bright and the message that we brought back is that we're open for business. I think we are eager to partner. As I said earlier, we've got a strong balance sheet. We've got strong capability and technical know-how within our regions that we've invested in. We've got great capacity from a reinsurance perspective to provide solutions to brokers in the market. We have the one-stop shop approach. You can buy marine, engineering, commercial. You can access our business at any one of our branches. And I think that's great for brokers because you don't have to talk to too many people. We don't refer to call centers. And there's human touch. And I think that's an important contributor of this business. And what I really like about this business and part of our message is that we're solutions orientated. And so many people today get stuck and an allergy gets developed of not having the ability to do a deal or put something together. And I think the team here at Bright are really bright when it comes to solving and bringing solutions. And I think that's the message, and that we are here to make a difference and bring solutions to the market.
You've touched on it, but I'm still going to ask it. Your view on the importance of relationships in our industry.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate. You can't manage a relationship sitting in an armchair. I think at the end of the day, I like to talk about it as a contact sport. You can't sit and watch it on the telly. You need to be out there. You need to connect, press the flesh. I think it's important that the eyeballs meet conversations, building trust. Boardroom is one thing. The other part is getting close to brokers and understanding what they want, their needs, their aspirations, their solve that they require, and how we need to perform as an underwriter. And I think that's fundamentally core to our business. People buy from people. Brands are fantastic because it brings credibility, it brings track record. But at the end of the day, the execution happens through people. And when you pick up that phone, you need to know that when you call a friend, they will answer and they will support you. And that's exactly what we want to bring at Bright.
What are brokers telling you about the current market challenges, and where do they see opportunities for growth?
Yeah, Renette, I think that's a very good question. I think been bubbling over the last 2 years is the question around capacity. I think post catastrophic events, COVID, floods, we have been challenged in the market around reinsurance, but that is also an opportunity that set itself out. And capacity is on everyone's lips around taking risk, but in a managed, controlled environment. And that is a challenge for most brokers. And at Bright, we believe that we can bring those solutions. I think what brokers are also seeing, it's tough doing business. It's not as simple in a low growth environment, looking at our GDP and the growth opportunities. I think low infrastructure development at the moment, we can drive around and we can see infrastructure failures, and we're not seeing many yellow cranes around that we see investment. So I think that also brings its own set of challenges. But at the end of the day, there's still a resilience amongst the broker community that in many ways find a way to thrive and survive and grow their businesses. It is a buoyant market, but it's also entrepreneurs operating in this market, and that's the differentiation, making plans, making themselves relevant, and providing solutions to invest in their future. So yes, I would think it's those three things that I would highlight, Renette.
We all know how important service is, because sometimes you get the same type of product with various insurers. So my question links to, what can insurers do better to support and service brokers more effectively? And then I want to add on to say, what does excellent service mean? Because that is what differentiates one from the other.
Yeah, I think we all, as human beings, firstly love service, and that's why we support certain brands, because that's your experience that you get from organizations. And because we only sell through brokers, brokers an extension to our business. And firstly, how we respond to product and product needs, it's part of our service and value proposition. I think to quoting, the ability to move quickly and provide brokers access to service and responsiveness. And I think that in its own is an important facet to service delivery, because it's fastest finger first, how we respond, how we understand risk, how we can communicate, are we available. I think those are all critical aspects, and coupled with that is accessibility to decision making and leadership. People don't want to get stuck and having to wait for a long time before they do business. And those are basic fundamentals that we focus around service aspects. Obviously, technology plays its part. I think this age of advanced technologies and AI and machine learning is bringing new dimensions into this world. And I think when looking at dealing with brokers, it almost needs to be the human touch and using machines, a symbiotic, almost a co-response around how we can show up as humans, the eyeballs, the availability, but then bringing the technology to help service. I think concerns around duplication within the broker's office and underwriter's office and how we address that. And then at the end of the day, we sell claims, and our responsiveness around settling claims fair and fast. I think that absolutely the fundamental of where we're at. And so a lot of focus around technology investment and supporting brokers to do business with us in an easy way. Path of least resistance, I think that is a differentiator.
Want to ask a bit of a controversial question, which links to service, and that is, do you believe, and I suppose we all can change our minds over time, that the hybrid model or the work from home type of model has an influence on how we, as insurers, serve our brokers?
I think flexibility is good. I think people have realized post-COVID that there are many ways to deal and operate during a crisis, but there's nothing better than personal touch and team dynamic and culture building. Very difficult when you sit in a remote environment. One can easily disconnect culturally from an organization, the heartbeat, understanding the inner workings. There's a space and place for it. Certain roles and functions can adequately perform their tasks and do it really well. But when dealing with brokers and dealing with people, my personal belief is that we need to be close to where the action happens. As I mentioned earlier, it's a contact sport. I can't sit in the armchair. I need to be out there. I need to be visible. I need to be accessible, and I need to be empowered. And yeah, I just think when you're on a personal one-on-one level, it brings a lot of ease of doing business. And so, yeah, I believe that the hybrid has a place, but I'm a strong proponent and follower of being more available, more visible. And it doesn't mean in the office, but again, there's also a strong motivation for that.
Yeah, feedback. Your role is that one, and there are certain roles that most certainly do need to be out there. But
Exactly.
where the challenges are, and the feedback is that we get is on the claim side. Those are not the people that visit the brokers per se, but there are often challenges on the claim side, and a lot of people do assign it to a bit too much of a relaxed environment in terms of the hybrid model. Anyway, it's a controversial statement that I'm making, but I know we get that feedback. So I just thought I'll put it out there.
Thank you.
Talking about culture, what do you love about the Bright culture and its people and how they operate in the market?
Yeah, I must say, changing lanes and making career shifts is never easy. And as I got to know the leadership during the process when I was approached, something that really stuck to me is the low ego approach, the humanity, I think the positive approach to firstly being a colleague, but then secondly a team player. And I think that is a hugely beneficial value for me. I subscribe to servant leadership, and I think it's important to enable and support people, but get the best out of people. I think the other part of the culture stems from the shareholder, who really has a view around treat others like you would want to be treated yourself. And that's a golden rule within our organization, and that showcases every day. I see it, people live it. And it's important how we treat one another in an organization, and that washes through. And in the culture, there's also a strong entrepreneurial approach. We deal with brokers who are all entrepreneurs. They can make plans. They thrive and survive in uncertainty. And so we need to adjust and be responsive and also be entrepreneurial. And those are cultural habits that I see, that people have psychological safety, they make decisions, but they don't bet the farm. They don't take risk that they know will hurt the business. And so we manage it. And I think those are great characteristics for any business to play and operate in this market. And I enjoy that.
Yeah, I can testify about the human element in the Bright culture. It's really something that I, as an outside person, always experience when dealing with Bright. Pierre, if we check in a year from now, what would you like to have achieved in your role, both in terms of Bright's broker relationships and the business as a whole?
I think we want to be known as a solutions-oriented business, as I just mentioned. I do subscribe to the FIA. I like what they stand for and what they offer brokers. So we definitely want to see ourselves high up in the ranks when brokers rate our service, our approachability, our can-do attitude. And so I think that measure is an important measure for us as well. But importantly is to help grow our business profitably and moving us ahead and creating shareholder value for our shareholders, but also the environment that we create for all Bright Stars that work here, that they have a sense of belonging, that they see the vision of the importance of the broking fraternity and how we operate in that space, and that we become more transformative as far as our service delivery and creating greater stature in this environment. So we've already have an incredible bunch of people here. It's how we get the best out of everyone and position ourselves as a primary tier 1 player and look at us as the first call to make, not a second or a third call. And I think if we position ourselves there, I would consider that a success, and together with our colleagues, look back and say we've done something really fantastic.
Thank you for your time. We'll definitely watch you as you progress in the business. It was really good to have a catch up and spend some time here, and all the best.
Thank you, Rianet, and FA News. One of my favorite reference sites, all the value that you bring to this industry as well. Always great to connect with you. You're a friend of Bright, and looking forward to seeing you shortly. Thank you very much again. Thank you.